Hi, it's Michael Aaron here from Expat Wealth Advice. I'm going to answer the question, do I need to complete the Modelo 720 form, and if so, how does this work? And during this video, I'm going to look at this taking into account two different scenarios. So the first scenario is that you've never completed the Modelo 720 form before, and the second scenario is that you have completed the form before and you're wondering whether you need to complete it again for the next tax year. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the Modelo 720 form is an overseas asset declaration form. So if you live in Spain and you are a Spanish tax resident, as the majority of UK expats living in Spain are, then each year by the 31st of March, this form needs to be submitted if you meet certain criteria, which we're going to talk about. And on the form, you need to declare the assets that you held outside of Spain. Okay, so let's take the first scenario, which is that you have never completed the Modelo 720 form before. So what the form does is it breaks down your assets into three distinct categories. So bank accounts is the first category. Second category is investments and life assurance and annuities. And the third category is property. And if you have more than 50,000 euros worth in any of those three categories, then you need to complete a Modelo 720 form, assuming that you've never completed one before. And there's a couple of points that catch people out. So the first one's probably quite an obvious one, but some people get this wrong, and that's that when you make the declarations, you have to value all of your assets in euros. So assuming that your overseas assets are, say, in the UK, obviously you'll know the sterling valuation, you have to convert it using the exchange rate on the 31st of December for the year in which you're declaring. So say for example you're making a declaration for the year 2016, you take the official rate of exchange on the 31st of December 2016 and you then make that declaration by the 31st of March 2017. So you declare for the previous year up to 3 months after that year has ended. And the point which is probably less intuitive, which catches people by surprise, is that on the form you actually have to declare not your own share or valuation of an asset, but the total value of the asset. So if, for example, if you're married and you own a property in the UK, you don't declare 50% of the value of that property if it's owned in joint names. Instead, you actually declare the full value of the property, but you add a note to say what percentage of the property you own. Okay, so let's look at the other scenario which I promised to talk about, and that's that you completed a Modelo 720 form in previous years and you need to know whether you need to do one for the upcoming submission. And the answer is it really depends on what's happened since you last completed the form. So if nothing has changed, you don't need to complete the form again. However, if the value of assets in any of those categories has grown by 20,000 euros or more, you will need to complete a new form. In a similar way, if you sold or closed any accounts which you declared previously, you will need to complete a new form. And finally, if you've obtained or bought a new asset which wasn't declared previously, then again you would need to complete a new form. Now, this of course isn't technically a tax declaration. So it's not a case of you submit the form and off the back of that you get an invoice from the tax authorities for what tax is due. That's all done separately in Spain. But of course, if you're pretty naive to think the tax authorities don't look at this form, the Modelo 720, see what assets you hold and then compare that to your tax return and the taxes that you've paid. Otherwise, quite frankly, you'd wonder why they were asking for all this information in the first place. Hi, I'd just quickly like to tell you about some really good free resources I think you'll find incredibly useful. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is our free report, and this has been written especially for UK expats living in Spain. It'll also be really useful for anyone who's thinking about moving to Spain as well. And the report explains precisely how you may be able to take advantage of tax exemptions to save up to 23% tax on your savings and investments as a UK expat living in Spain. So if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, you can click on the link on this video, or if that doesn't work, head across to expatwealthadvice.com. If you're already on the website, if you can't see the link on the page that you're on right now, then go across to our home page and the link should be really clear. Okay, so the other thing is, mentioning the website, I say if you're not already on the website right now watching the video, head across to our website. There's some really good free information, so lots of articles and videos and other good stuff on there, providing need-to-know information for UK expats living in Spain or thinking about moving to Spain. And the thing is, expat finance can be really confusing because what you've got to do is you've got to take into account both UK laws and taxation and also the laws of taxation of Spain too. And what we do is we seek to simplify that and provide you with useful how-to information. As an extension of that, we do provide independent one-to-one financial advice. If you're interested in speaking to me personally about your circumstances, right now I am offering informal one-to-one phone calls which you can book right now. Now I might not be offering this forever because it does take up quite a bit of my time, but I say right now you can speak to me free of charge for about 20 minutes on the phone. We go through your circumstances and I can try and help you with any questions or any areas that you're not clear about. To do that, there should be an orange button on this video right now which says book a phone call, so you can click on that, or if you're on our website, on the top right of each page there's an orange button which allows you to book a phone call straight into my diary. Okay, and last but not least, please subscribe to our YouTube channel using the red button on this video right now. What that means is that every time you log into YouTube, you'll get our new videos and updates so you can stay up to date with what we are putting out there in terms of expat information. So please remember, these videos are just for information only, and as a simple rule, I'd always suggest if you're going to make any decision, which if you could get it wrong will be costly for you, then always seek independent professional advice to make sure that you do make the best decision. Great, I hope you found this useful and that you'll be able to take advantage of some of the free resources that I've just spoken about.